So just tell me the process, like how you became the director for this one.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, you know, I've never gotten a job this fast before. It was, I was doing a pilot, I was editing a pilot, and I got a call after the news that Gary had dropped out of doing the movie. I got a call about a day or two later from my agent saying the producers in the studio wanted to meet with me if I was interested. I had read the books before, but I thought, you know what, why don't I reread the book? I had just seen Hunger Games. Let me reread the book, see if there's something I could do with it. I agreed to meet, and I mean, so it was less than a week later I had the job and was literally in the office prepping the next movie. And so it was like so fast, which never happens. It was pretty crazy.
So many people are proud of the fact that the movie unfolds exactly the way the book does. I mean, like page by page. Was that a conscious effort of yours to make sure that you just stuck to what was
Yeah,
written?
I really want, I mean, that was one of the first things I said to anybody that I met with, that I had no intention of reinventing this book. I want to make the book. I think it's a very cinematic book. And one of the first things I did was I flew out to New York and met with Suzanne, the author of the books, and we started to go sort of beat by beat and kind of figure out what we wanted to go in and how it was going to lay out structurally. Yeah, because I was just a huge fan of it, and I wanted to make sure we got as much of it in as possible.
Yeah. Speaking of I don't want to give too much away, but the way that it ends doesn't seem exactly, though, like the book. Was that intentional to make sure that you left a little bit of 2 to go into Mockingjay 1 and 2?
A little bit. I mean, it's like, you know, it's a little tricky. Endings are always a little tricky, and, you know, you want to sort of leave people wanting more with this one, so they go into the next one. And I can't give anything away about Mockingjay. I don't want to do that because there'll be a couple little surprises in the beginning, which is nice. Yeah, but we did sort of pull a couple things, you know, away from the ending of this one to make it a little more succinct.
Well, you can tell me this. It's split into 2, so now we're getting 2.
Mockingjay?
Yeah,
yes.
2 more movies but there was only 1 more book.
Correct.
What was the reason for that? Because there's some criticism. People aren't really excited about that, and then some people are, of course.
I mean, quite honestly, I think that it's, you know, it's a great thing, because the truth is, in Catching Fire, you know, there's so much story in Catching Fire. I almost think it would have been nice. It would have been a hard one to split, just because I'm not sure exactly where you would have done it, where one would have done it. But there's so much story, you'd actually get more of the book, right? If you split it into 2 movies, because you can have 2, you know, movies that are 2 hours instead of 1 2-hour, 20-minute movie. And that's what we're doing with Mockingjay. There's a lot of story. And that way we can really focus on the 2 specific halves of the book and spend much more time and see more, and there's also some growth to it as well.
Growth meaning like you might add some stuff?
There might be some new stuff.
Ah, well that's exciting. Fans will love to hear that.
Yes, there might be some new stuff.